My wife always cleaned the glass table before I left for work. It became part of the rhythm of the house. Kettle hissing, floorboards ticking, the soft drag of a paper towel over glass. Every morning she would lean over that round table in the dining room and wipe away the same dull, greasy mark near the center. At first I thought one of us had set down a plate with oily fingers. Then I thought maybe the polish was reacting badly with the glass. But the stain never changed shape. It never spread. It never faded. It looked almost like the print of a palm, except the fingers were too long and too thin, as if someone had pressed a hand there from beneath the table instead of above it. I told her that once. She laughed and said I needed more sleep. The strange thing was, she never complained about it. Not once. She would notice it, go still for half a second, then wipe it away like she was erasing a line of text she did not want me to read. One morning I asked why she always got to it before I did. She shrugged without looking at me. Habit. That answer bothered me more than it should have. The next night I cleaned the table myself. I used spray, hot water, even rubbed the glass until it squealed under the cloth. When I was done, I crouched and checked it from every angle. Nothing. Just my own reflection, warped by the curve of the table. In the morning, the stain was back. My wife was already wiping it away. I watched her hand move in tight circles. There was something too careful about it. Not annoyed, not absent-minded. Gentle, almost apologetic. I asked her if she had spilled something. No. Then what is it? She folded the paper towel and dropped it into the bin. You noticed too much lately. That sat with me all day. That night, after she fell asleep, I went downstairs with my phone light off and stood in the dark dining room. The moon gave just enough light to see the outline of the table. I waited. The house made its usual sounds. Pipes settling, refrigerator humming, a faint tapping from somewhere inside the walls. Then I heard another sound, a soft, wet touch. Something was forming on the underside of the glass. At first it looked like moisture gathering in the wrong place. Then it thickened, shining faintly, and spread into the shape I knew too well. A handprint, pressing upward from beneath. Long fingers, a narrow palm, grease or oil or something darker. I stepped closer before my fear caught up to me. There was nothing under the table. No one crouched there. No movement. No shadow. But the print kept pressing harder, as if an invisible hand were testing the barrier, learning its limits. I heard a tiny squeak of skin against glass. Then a second mark appeared beside it. I stumbled back and hit the sideboard so hard a framed photo fell over. The sound cracked through the room. Upstairs, I heard the bed shift. My wife's voice floated down the hall. Don't touch it. She was standing in the doorway in her nightgown, hair loose, face pale in the dark. She sounded tired, not frightened. Tired, like I had woken her in the middle of a chore she had been handling alone for too long. I asked her what the hell it was. She came closer but kept her eyes on the table. The two prints were still there now, clear as fresh fingerprints on a mirror. One large, one smaller. It started after the miscarriage, she said. The room seemed to tilt. We had never spoken about it plainly. Not really. We had packed it away between us, carefully, like something fragile and contagious. I used to wake up and find just one mark, she said. Then I started wiping it away before you saw. I thought if I kept the table clean, it would stay only a stain. Her hand trembled as she reached for a cloth hanging over the chair. But it gets worse when you look at it. I wanted to tell her that was insane, that grief could do terrible things to the mind, that there had to be an explanation. Then the smaller handprint slid slowly across the underside of the glass, as if feeling for her. My wife made a sound I had never heard from her before. Not fear, recognition. She stepped forward and pressed her palm flat to the top of the table. The smaller print rose to meet it from below. The glass fogged between them. I could not move. I could not breathe. The large print shifted then, dragging itself across the underside toward me. Long fingers. Patient. Knowing. It stopped directly beneath where I stood. In the reflection, I saw something under the table at last. Not a face, just a man's shape crouched in the dark beneath the glass, looking up at me from a place that should not have existed. It wore my face. My wife kept wiping the stain away every morning because she knew what would happen if she didn't. If the marks stayed long enough, they remembered where to put the rest of themselves. And tomorrow morning, if she is too late again, I do not think the thing under the table will be a stain anymore.